Alright folks, you ever have a battery from a cordless drill or something cordless and it just doesn't perform well? Charges up, you go to use it and it drains itself out fast? Well, let me tell you what the problem is. Inside the case, screws hold it together. This particular case, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that hold it together, and then this particular case, this top will come off. I already disassembled everything, and then inside there you have your batteries will be sitting and all taped together, and ends up not looking like this. But I'm just going to explain to you what the issues are with them type of batteries when they don't hold up and allow you to drill, your holes or grind your whatever, or whatever cordless tool it may be. And more so the NiCad type. These are NiCad batteries, not lithium. So what you should do, what I would recommend to do, is disassemble that case, pull the unit out as one chunk, take a multimeter, take the leads, put the multimeter on DC to the 2 volt, because each one of these cells is only 1.2 volts at a full charge. So test out each cell independently. And what I mean by each cell independently is this is one cell. Now you don't have to disassemble the tabs that hold them all together. You can still test them separately just by simply taking your leads and applying your leads to one side of the battery, to the other side of the battery, and as long as your multimeter is set at the correct voltage, the 2 volts, it's going to read the voltage of that cell. Within the pack of the batteries that fit in the case, you will find that there'll be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 cells that are very low. And you'll find the rest of the cells normal, 1.2, or if the battery's low, it'll be lower than 1.2, of course. It'll be a low battery. But you'll detect that within that pack, or the group of batteries that's within that case, there'll be a couple individual cells that are basically no more good. They've lost their charge, or perhaps they've just became unequal in charge. So all you have to do is remove them tabs, separate and isolate that single cell away from the rest of the group. It's a little bit tricky, but with a little bit of patience, a little bit of care, it's very easily done. Then you end up with a singular cell like this. Stick it in your NiCad charger by itself, try and charge it back up, let it sit, and see what kind of voltage reading you get. You'll find yourself back with a good battery again, balancing them cells out basically. Or if the cells themselves, the individual cells themselves have went bad and they're not able to be recharged, go online, eBay or Amazon or someplace online, one of these sites, and buy yourself a few cells. There's no need to buy the whole entire battery. Just buy the needed cells you need, whether it be 1, whether it be 2, whether it be 3. And you'll find your cordless tool will work again fine, just like it did when you first bought it. If you don't do that, you're going to keep playing around with charging the battery up, making 1 hole, 2 holes with your cordless drill, and the battery's going dead, and it's losing its RPMs and its power. And that's the reason, because these cells here have just, they're not able to retain that charge, or they're so low that when the charger is charging the pack up, the battery pack itself, all the other cells are reading basically full, which is giving the charger a false indication. So by bringing the cells individually back up to where they're supposed to be, which is the 1.2 volts, and when they're all reading relatively the same voltage, now you have an equalized pack. So there's two ways of doing it. You can remove them and make them singular and try and charge it up, see if it comes up by itself, or you can replace the cell with a new one and incorporate it back into the bank itself, and then reassemble it into its case, put your lid back on it, stick it in a charger, charge the whole battery up as a whole again, and you'll be good to go. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you have not, and thank you very much for those that already have.